think of that? James Jameson and J.J. Burnell. Now, if anyone says that those two sound alike, I'm sorry, you have the moo-moo poo-poo in your ear holes. You know, I really do not believe that J.J. and J.J. sound the same. Obviously, there are many different factors that can affect the sound of a P-bass, such as this is a 78, it's made of ash. I find that ash slightly tighter on the lows and slightly less on the mids, but that's just out of the ones that I've had. Whether or not that is to do with all ash P-basses, I don't know. But that's been my experience on the ones I've had compared to the older ones that I've had. And obviously you've got the maple rosewood thing, which I'll come back to, and pickups as well. Some people say that the 70s pickups are meant to be slightly scoot sounding. Again, my experience of the ones I've had two 70s precisions, and I think, yes, that's possibly quite accurate. When I grew up, punk was the big thing. And of course, you had J.J. Burnell, Paul Simonon, Glenn Matlock, and my personal fave, Bruce Foxton, who, yes, I know he played Rickenbackers as well, but they played precisions, hence probably my love for the precision bass. I had a few basses before I got my first precision, not that many actually, because this was pre-bass chat days, so I didn't know what gas was. However, I had a sound in my head that I wanted, and all of those basses that I bought, they were near, but they weren't quite right. And then it suddenly struck me, well, the sound that you want is what all of your favourite basses, so why don't you actually just buy the same gear, dum-dum? You know, I mean, they're using this, why don't you just get the same thing? So I did. And when I got it at home, plugged in to my amp, and I was distinctly underwhelmed. Really? Well, is that all it does? But it was when I took it to band practice and I played and it was in the mix, I thought, that's what it does. And it's the presence in the mix for me, that's why I like the precision so much. I think that precision supports the band. I mean, obviously you can have lead type bassists like J.J. and Bruce Foxton, but for me the precision works in the mix, supporting the band better. So like I say, that's where my love of precision comes from. Now, over to today, what we have is, we have a marking, grading exercise thing for a bit of fun. I'm going to play all of the basses I've got. I'm not starting with this one. So this isn't, oh, I've got that one right. But being a bassist, I don't feel comfortable doing the performing bit without one actually strapped to me. So, I'm going to play a line on pick, a line with fingers. I'm going to attempt some slap, which isn't going to be that much, I have to admit.
Don't you contaminate my bass.
Exactly, it's not really going to be a slap fest, because I just don't do that. And one with a drum machine, so you can hear how the basses are actually kind of in the mix, so to speak. On there, and I know it's going to be difficult thinking, well, which one did I like best, but it's only your first, second and third favourites. And what we're going to do is just going to set up all the scores. There's also the maple rosewood issue. If people think, oh, that sounds like a maple board or a rosewood board. And there's going to be a prize for the precision, well, or the bass that comes out on top. And also, there's a special guest prize for the smart ass who correctly guesses the most maples and rosewoods. Exactly, yep.
Yes.
You're only going to see the mark bass
Right.
and here. So yeah, it's going to be a completely blind test, so you won't see any of the basses, so let your ear holes decide. And we've got a very, very wide variety here. We've got some, shall we say, high-end basses. We've got some very, very, not low-end quality, but low-end pricing basses, and we've got all the way through. So I'm mostly looking forward to this because I'm going to get to play loads and loads of precision basses.
Yeah.
As you probably can tell, I love the things. So, without further ado, I'm going to get on and make some noise for you. Like I say, this isn't bass number 1, but it will appear, isn't it?